Perry just tampered with evidence. That will be another charge, Mr. Perry. Okay? Do you understand me? Act like you understand what's being said. This is part 2, because Mr. Perry cut the last one off before I was done. He will go to jail. That will be another charge. Illegal access and use of an electronic device that isn't yours. And you just tampered with my evidence. So you're fucked. When you do the crime to me, you're fucked. You're seeing things you've not seen before, right? Do that again, I dare you. One more time. Okay? Tamper with more evidence. Destroy evidence. One more time. I dare you, prissy pants. Alright, you fucking coward. So, this guy... I'm at work. When I'm at work, I'm in double work mode. I'm in work mode to dance. By the way, I don't want to dance. But Mr. Perry's trying to groom me for being trafficked. So he cut off all my other job opportunities. unless it's at a law firm where he can take my car away. Right? Mr. Perry, no one gives a fuck what you think. Nobody understands what you think they do. Were you asked? Stupid? No. No one asked you. But every time you contact me, that gets us more intel beforehand. Okay? You just asked for it again. I don't care what you think. No one does. We get the help, you get told on. Okay? You're just not all there, are you? How embarrassing. See, when you contact me, the result of that is we get more intel. Do you like getting caught? You fucked hard? Do you like getting caught? You're stupid. It's embarrassing to me. Don't contact me. I hate it. I don't ask you what you think. You don't even make sense. Don't contact me. Types in my other phone. Sometimes if I drop everything I'm doing and scream like that, he'll stop. Sometimes he won't, sometimes he does. It's worth a shot. Anyways, he just did it again. He just fucking did it again. So, we'll get more intel. You just asked for it. Beforehand, not after. Get her computer so we can't fight her. She can't fight us in court. We're too stupid to go in and fight her in a normal way. She hadn't been to law school. We got 5 seasoned attorneys. Crackerjack box law degrees. We're just too fucked hard to figure it out. Right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I mean, why would you do that? Unless you're stupid. Unless you're not confident, you're weak. You don't need to cheat if you're smart. If you can outthink your opponent because you're intelligent and strategic and calculated and all that, you don't need to cheat. You don't need to. Perry played Candyland against Perry. He didn't have an opponent. And Perry beat Perry. And he thinks he won. He's that delusional. He's that wackadoodle. Okay, so he cut off my last one, so now we have to do it in 2 parts. It is not, my guy just says, yeah, we just put it on the list, another charge for tampering with evidence, and this is the event. And it'll get us more intel because people are fucking sick of him doing that. He needs to get out of your phone and stop doing shit like that. And stop being a pussy and a coward. And go work. When I'm at work, dancing though, or anywhere really, I've had to, I'm doing 2 things. I'm dancing and I'm in 007 mode. You can't get people to talk if you're an asshole to them. The way that you get people to talk is you're nice. You're friendly, you're relaxed. So I don't really always get confrontational at work. In fact, most times, I very rarely do I get confrontational. Most of the time, I act like I don't have any idea what's happening. I don't have a clue. And I'm just gonna talk, and I'm gonna let you talk. And I'm gonna act like everything's normal. And everything's fine. And you'd be amazed the shit I get people to say. Because I'm not a bitch. Man's kindness brings blessings, and man's cruelty would be his downfall. And some people help us because they're sick of you, Charles, Dave. And they're very glad I'm there, doing exactly what I'm doing. Because we're the hope of it ending. All the cause of the stress and the anxiety and the loss and the grieving and the problems is Charles Perry and David Robertson and Mr. Bittencourt and Lucius and Calvin and Geppetto. And everybody wants them gone. So then all the stress is gone. All the loss, all the drama is gone. All the pressure, gone. The threats, gone. We get the help because everybody wants you gone. You get told on because everybody wants you gone. You get it now, stupid? So, I can't deal with stupid people. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I like smart. I like dignified. I like high class. I like high end. I like normal. I like fun and funny and very busy, doing normal things normal people do and something interesting to talk about. And if you can't be that, you have no place in my life at all. You can't get a date with me. You will never have sex with me. You disgust me. You get anywhere near me, I'll beat the shit out of you. Your balls will be in your brain like that. I have a surprise for you. Right? Don't you tell me that? We have a surprise for you. Go to work. We have a surprise for you. I'm like, yeah, I do too. I have a surprise for you too. You little bitch. You pathetic. Your balls will be in your brain. If you have any. Be in your brain so fast you won't know what hits you. But you won't bother me again. You don't get close to me. I don't go where you are. But if you come where I am, they tell me that you've come to Oklahoma and they can't get you to leave. That they've tried. That they've told you need to go home to your family and leave her alone. Because you're not making things better for you. And for the rest of us, you're making things much worse. Because to make your lie work, we needed things to be nothing like what she said. That means you stop trying to talk to her. That means you stop doing things that make you look guilty and her look right. Everybody questions your motives right now. Why would he do this? Unless she's telling the truth. Unless she's right. And you're stupid. And you can't even put that together in your head, can you? No. Where's the political vendetta? What part of all this is part of your job as a legislator? Do you live in Texas or Oklahoma? Are you legislating in Texas or Oklahoma? Where do you even live? You don't even know, do you? You can't run for Texas, for governor of Texas if you're always in Oklahoma. So much so now you're a resident because you refuse to leave. Yeah, you didn't think that through, did you? Why did you go after our cop's granddaughter? You didn't think, I'm not a teenage runaway. Yeah, how did she know how to do that? How did she, I don't know. 007 all the time. And the more you go at me, the better I get. So, this girl, that he says, I'm going to get a dance from that girl. The hypothetical Jack is going to get a dance from this girl over here. And she goes and sits down next to him. And the girl A that wanted to make sure he knew she was there comes over and he wants to dance. He wanted to dance from me and then you. I was like, okay, whatever. He'd already told me he wasn't going to get anything else from me at all. He's done with me because Charles told him to be done with me. And we won't see him back in there and he won't give me any more money. Watch. We'll prove out my intel. Watch. Okay? Then, so I'm like, oh, brother. So I'm like, well, I'll go ask him, but he's going to say no and I'm done. My duty to that customer is over. Because I've got the intel we had earlier from today. I already know exactly what he's doing. I'm just going to go over there and prove it out, one way or the other. Is this good intel or bad intel? So I walk over, and I said, did you want the VIP or not? They told me that you wanted to give her a VIP and then me. And he goes, no, I didn't say that. Cool. I've done my job. I'm done. The girl that was sitting there, that he was about to get a VIP with, stood up, started screaming like a fucking 2-year-old banshee, yelling about that I cutthroat her, went over and told everybody who would listen, the customers were watching her, made a complete idiot of herself. And I was like, wow. And one of the bouncers comes over and he goes, you know better than that. You know dancer etiquette is that you wait till she's done. And I looked at him and I go, I'm not even going to get into this with you right now. I'm not. I don't know anybody an explanation for what I just did. I didn't say another word until a couple of days later. And I told somebody else, I go, here's the thing. You don't see me in here cutthroating girls. That's not my way. And they all know that. And they should have known that if I walked up right then, there's a reason I did that, and it was not to cutthroat. It was not to take her business away from her. There's a whole nother thing going on here that she knew nothing about, and the bouncer knows nothing about, and I don't know anybody an explanation at all. But you should be smart enough, you should be intelligent enough to think it through and go, this is not her way to cutthroat. So she's not here to cutthroat. That's not why she's sitting here. That's not why she walked over here. So I don't need to jump up and act like a fool and make an idiot of myself. What I'm going to do is just chill. Sit here and chill. And let her do her thing. That's not what she did. Jumped up, threw a fit, screamed and yelled, made a big scene. The whole club was watching her. It was very embarrassing. So I tell the guy, she acted like that. I went over, I did my job, proved out my intel, and as a dancer, did my duty to just double check with the customer. Did you want a VIP? Yes, no? No? Okay, bye. And got out of her way. And had she just sat there and chilled, he would have got a VIP right then. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. We don't close till about 4. He would have had probably bought 2 and 3 and 4 VIPs from her that night. Instead, she threw a fit, made a big scene, went in the back and hid out until the very end of the night, then came out and talked to him, and at the very end of the night, he bought 1 VIP from her. So she lost money acting that way. So I've got somebody cutthroating me with that customer, and then they accuse me of cutthroating somebody. I mean, do you see the madness in this? But that's the thing that happens when Mr. Perry's around. Everything's drama, everything's loss, everything's a problem. But guess what I did? I got my intel proved out, sir. Thank you. Okay? Now, we're pretty much done here, but that's how I think all the time. The other thing that happened is we had the broken arrow, where Mr. Perry was recorded. Get broken arrow to pull her over. It was Charles Perry and Calvin, bald fat Calvin. Get broken arrow to pull her over. They have a grand jury hearing or something. They get Mr. Berryhill of Broken Arrow to testify. This is intel, not proven good or bad yet. I'm telling you, this is the recording I heard. I can't testify to what I don't know. What I can testify to is, here's the recording I heard. This was what somebody was telling another person. Here's what happened. He said, Charles Perry and Calvin were discussing having Broken Arrow pull her over. His TPD's got a list now. And they're getting a little nervous about the list. And they got caught last night again. So they were trying to get OHP to pull her over. They were trying to get Jinx to pull her over. They were trying to get Tribals to pull her over. They were trying to get Broken Arrow to pull her over. So Calvin said, block off all her DoorDash zones except for Broken Arrow and get them to pull her over. So Berryhill gets on the stand and says, there was never a conversation between Mr. Perry and myself or Cal or anybody asking us to pull her over. And then he goes, but what happened is they didn't realize that's not what she said. She didn't say there was a conversation between Charles and Calvin and Berryhill or anyone at Broken Arrow PD. No such conversation does she quote. That doesn't mean we don't have one. It means I didn't quote that one. What I quoted is Charles and Calvin saying, get Broken Arrow to pull her over. Now, whether or not there was a conversation between them asking him to have me pulled over by Broken Arrow police, again, I'm not saying there was a conversation or wasn't a conversation. What I'm saying is, if there is that conversation, the guys have it, we're just not going to quote that or confirm there is one right now. Okay? But he testified, oh no, that didn't happen. And then they go, but he testified to something he also did not see and was not a witness to. She didn't say the conversation was between Charles and him or someone at Broken Arrow asking them to pull her over. She said all they said is how Broken Arrow police pull her over. And to the best of our knowledge, John Berryhill wasn't there to hear that or see that and wasn't a witness to it. You have to be very careful when you respond to what she says that you get it right. Because if you don't, she's got you. Okay, that was a false testimony that you procured. How'd you procure a false testimony? And then the guy goes, and then Chief Berryhill found out she said that, and he was like, oh my God, I'm a cop, I should have caught that. Now, again, I'm not saying that's good intel or bad intel or true or false. What I'm saying is that's the recording we have. Is that conversation right there. The McNamara email says that Charles told people he was going to use Judge McNamara to false arrest my son. So, at the time it was before he did my false arrest, he was going to do it on both of us. Both my son and I. Okay, we've never quoted a conversation between Charles Perry and Judge McNamara, have we? No, we haven't. All we quoted was Charles Perry said to someone else, I'm going to use Judge McNamara to hurt Cynthia and her kid. I'm going to do a false arrest. I'm going to intimidate and coerce. And he's not changed. He still does the same thing. I'm going to pressure. I am so pathetic and so repulsive. Women don't like me. So I have to buy and sell them. I have to pay for sex. Right? Because women don't like me. Deviant men, I do all the things deviant men do. Deviant men like me. I'm surrounded by them. But women are repulsed by me. So I have to buy and sell them. I'm just not good enough. And you're not. I don't date men who peep. I don't date men who are fat and lazy perverts. I don't date alleged pedophiles or alleged cop killers. I don't date ghetto canned food guys. I don't do it. You're not my thing. And my friend tried to tell you that. For her, sleeping in her car was better than you. You repulse her that much. Eating out of a dumpster is better than you. You repulse her that much. You're that rejected. You're that rejected. You're that pathetic. She's used to a much higher standard of living and a higher caliber of people. You don't even get close to fitting into our crowd. You don't even get close. Guess what? One of my friends that has said that is a die-hard liberal Democrat. We've spent hours and hours and hours arguing about politics because I'm a Republican. She's a Democrat. Hours and hours and hours. And now what she's going to say, you know what she's going to say? Those are Republicans that are doing that to my friend. That are abusing women and children. Those are Republicans. And they had the nerve to criticize Bill and Hilary. Wow. We win. Sorry. On the morals, we win. Christians, Republicans, bullshit. That's what that is. Hypocrites, liars, cheats. So why would I want to be a Republican? Why would I want to be that? I don't. So I'll stay liberal like I am. Thank you. And you have that coming.
Please, I can't live here anymore.
You think it's fun to be terrorized like this? You think he's sexy, acting like that to her? He's not hot, he's not sexy, he's not bait, he's nothing. He's a rejected fail just like you. Too stupid to even understand what she said to respond right. Hang on. Okay, so I have to do, since he tampered with my evidence and now it's part 2 and part 1, we have to do the disclaimer on both. Apply the but-for motherfucking legal standard. But for Mr. Perry in Oklahoma, causing me serious loss and injury, and antagonizing and provoking and bothering, and antagonizing and provoking and bothering, and causing profound catastrophic loss, the kind you will never get over. He has ruined very key, important relationships to me, taking very major property, caused major property loss. He's invading my privacy, what my guy said, Charles. They're getting the intel, it's not up to you. Can't just let her live here. Well, is it up to you that we know you said that? Because nothing's up to you, dum-dum, and you ought to know that by now. Fabian puzzle. Think about that Fabian puzzle getting to me in jail. Let me show the Fabian puzzle. Here's the disclaimer real quick. That's what the police are supposed to do. Not pull over the victim of attempted human trafficking and stalking and attempted murder. And you know that. You know they tried to kill me. You know they've tried to kidnap me. And you just don't care. Yeah, that's not policing. It's not at all. Use of technology to stalk. You hack. You clown. Yeah. Okay. See, what I'm saying is if I can outsting out police officers and say things in such a way that I'm going to get my job done, I'm going to catch the bad guy. I'm helping. I'm not a cop. I'm something. I'm helping police from somewhere else. They sent me to Lubbock to help Mr. Perry get elected so that they would have easier access to him. And it worked. It worked brilliantly. And if I can outsting up a cop and the cop's going, how the hell did she know to do that or to say that? Then I've had some training. It's not meter maid shit, and I don't understand the meter maid shit. Listen, I could never be patrol. I get lost so easy. It is not even, it is ridiculous how easy I get lost. It is, I mean, it embarrasses the hell out of me that I cannot fucking figure out directions better than I can. I'm sorry. That is something that I'm stupid on. I hate it that I'm like that. I can't understand why the fuck I can't get directions right, but I can't. It's a very, everybody has a blind spot in their head. That's mine. I can't do directions. If I pull out of a neighborhood, you can take it to Vegas and bet on it. I'm gonna turn out. You pull out of a neighborhood. It's kind of unfamiliar to you, and you're like, do I go right or left? I always go the wrong way. I will always. It's like, oh my god, I went the fucking wrong way again. If you're a patrol, you gotta probably do better getting directions. But also, you gotta understand that I've gone without food and shelter to catch a bad guy and to help bring justice. I've sacrificed everything I own. Mr. Perry took everything I own for the cause of justice, to help those kids get out of that compound and to end this. And that's what people want. We get the information because that's what people want. You get told on because that's what people want. They want this stopped. It's horrifying. The heinous crime that you did. It's horrifying. Okay. And Mark, no one gives a shit about your proper use of allegedly right now. You need to understand that. When you go around saying stuff like that, it makes people mad. It makes people... Your clients aren't even trying to hide their crime right now. They're not even trying. So, stop with that. But apply the but for me, Mr. Perry being in Oklahoma and refusing to leave and causing a whole lot of loss, which the patrol guys that want to pull me over aren't having to go through. They're not having to outsting up even cops. They're not having to be careful what they say at work. I gotta go over here. This girl's gonna scream. All I want to do right now is prove out my intel. That's it. I found an opportunity to do that. I'm gonna go fucking do it. But I don't cutthroat in here, and you gotta have worked with me long enough. You gotta know that. But I'll tell you this: I don't like stupid people. I can't do it. So don't sit here and act like that and act stupid. I don't want to deal with it. So the bouncer comes over. You know better than to cutthroat. I'm like, oh my god, you've worked with me long enough to know that is not what I do. And I'm not going to dignify this with a response. I said to him, I'm not even talking to you about this. I'm not going to talk to you about it. And I walked out. That was it. I'm done. I have a job to do and I'm doing it. And if you're a patrol officer and you haven't lost your home and you haven't lost everything you have and you haven't gone days without food and a bath and you haven't had food or shelter to solve the crime, to catch the bad guy, don't get in my face. Don't get in my face. And don't judge me and don't criticize me because you've not been through what I've been through for the cause of relieving suffering caused by crime. You're causing it to me when you harass me for them. Okay? I can outsting up any cop, anywhere, anytime. I have all this time. I kind of wanted this one to come to my work that could outsting. I like the challenge. I'm bored. I'm yawning right now. I like the challenge, actually. I like sting up competitions. There was one guy that very nearly got it done. He almost outsting upped me, and his friend blew it for him. It's been a long time ago, but I was like, oh my god, you almost did it. Your friend blew that for you. You almost fucking outsting up me just now. I was very straightforward with him, and I go, I know you're a cop, and you knew you came here to sting up me, and you almost beat me. You fucking almost did it. I've been waiting for the guy that would beat me at it. You almost did. Your friend blew it for you. So I was like, oh man. So maybe one day he'll come back in and we could try again and see if we can get... but I've been trained for that. So who trained me? Okay. I can't do this by myself. We think it's funny as fuck that you guys run around. 1 minute, oh, she's just very, very smart, and she just figures everything out, and like, so she's really, she's getting yours by herself. All of you guys, she's getting you by herself. Oh no, she would have to have help. Okay, so who in law enforcement's helping her? You're gonna get the runaround as long as I'm broke and you're in my privacy and you're contacting me and making problems. You're never gonna get a phone call, and there's no promise of as far as they're not gonna take your bribe. There's no promises made except for a phone call. When I'm not broke and I'm not having my privacy invaded, and you finally do what he said, don't act like you understood him. Don't invade her privacy. That's illegal. Get your hands out of her wallet. That's illegal to take her money. Stop making problems for her. And don't contact her and her family. She doesn't want to be contacted. If her family does, you got them. You won them a long time ago. I won't have a fucking thing to do with my family. I won't talk to them. You guys are still calling them and asking them to talk to me. I will not talk to my family. I will not do it. They let you in their home and in their life and shoved me out. And while I sat in a motherfucking parking lot in my car, living in my car, no bath, no food, they ate dinner with you. They fed you dinner. They made a choice. That's it. I told them not to. This is a crime. It's heinous, ugly, nasty crime. And if you participate in it, and you don't tell me exactly, listen, we've been threatened. Whatever happened that made you do this, then you better lawyer up and shut up. And if you don't do that, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. At the end of the day, when Charles is in jail, I can't help you. You're an accomplice. You're an accomplice. You made that choice. You're grown people. I don't know you an apology or help when you're part of the crime. You're part of the thing that's hurting me and ruining my life and other people. I'm not the only one. I'm the lightning rod. That's all I am. I'm the Katniss, the guy said. She's our Katniss in this deal. We don't want him to ruin her. So I'm going to talk about the Houston compound now because I'm sick of this. The last thing we needed was for him to do that. So I'm going to leak. I'm going to talk about it. Here's what's going on over there. Yeah. Okay.
Stop me! Please, I can't.
Okay, so that guy's not hot terrorizing her like that. She had to move. I've had to move twice. I'm not going to go, Granddad, my conversation would have been had my granddad still been alive. Granddad, this is my person, my guy, and he's a Prince Charming, and he makes sure I don't miss a meal, and he honors my name. And he's very interesting to talk to. He works hard, and here's what he does for a living, and he's very interesting to talk. He's very busy all the time. We're very busy people. We have a great life. I drive a BMW. I drive a Mercedes. Look at my clothes. These are top of the line. My man here got that for me. My boyfriend got this for me. Isn't he nice? I could say that when I was dating Saeed. I could say that to some extent when I was married to Ernest. It was a little different with Ernest because when I was dating Saeed, I didn't have children, and children are expensive. So my children believe me, my boys never missed a meal. My boys wore nothing. They had their play clothes that they could wear outside that we bought at Walmart. Otherwise, they wore Tommy Hilfiger $80 shirts that I got at Dillard's. They wore polo shirts that I got at Dillard's that were $80. I will say that I remember one time I bought Tristan an $80 shirt. I paid $85 for this shirt. It was just this really cool Hilfiger shirt. And I get it home. And there was another shirt that I saw while I was getting that one. And I was like, I like that shirt, but I'm going to think about it overnight. And if I decide to get it, I can always come back tomorrow and get it. I got to also make sure that I have that money in the budget to pay for that shirt. So the next day I decided to go ahead and go back and get it. When I get back there, the shirt that I paid $85 for the day before was now on the sales rack, and it was like $30. And I was like, son of a bitch, that's the same exact shirt. Had I waited one day and I could have got it on the sales rack, I'd pay $30 for it. So I did not pay $85 for the $85 shirt after that. I made sure to hit the sales rack first and get the same damn shirt that's $85 one day on the sales rack the next day for $30. So, but my kids always wore very, very nice clothes, very, very expensive clothes. I didn't pay a whole lot. I paid sales price. But believe me, they wore very nice. We all did. We all found ways to dress very, very nice and make sure we spent a reasonable amount of money. My ex-husband did not make as much money as Saeed, but he made good money. And I also worked and I made good money. So my ex-husband supported my career. What the thing is he makes sure I don't miss a meal, even if that's just supporting my career. Saeed started a business for me. My ex-husband helped me start a business. Either way, both of those two men made sure I didn't miss a meal and that I dressed very, very nice. I did have a BMW. My BMW was a great BMW. It ran 5 years. I had no problem with it. And it was a used, it was not brand new when I bought it. So, in fact, Mr. Perry, from what I heard, was putting water in the gas tank, trying to ruin that when I lived in Lubbock. So that's one reason I left Lubbock. So that's what I would take home to my granddad. There's no way I'd walk in to my granddad and say, here is an alleged pedophile and an alleged cop killer and an alleged human trafficker who is, look at my ghetto clothes, look at my crap car, granddad. And he sits around and perverts around all day. Gets nothing else done. He's not productive, nothing. What do you think? He would slap the hell out of me and I would have that coming. This is not hot and sexy, terrorizing people. We get the help because everybody's sick of it. You get told on because everybody's sick of it and they want it stopped. Okay? What day will my guys arrest you? We can't wait. Yesterday's not soon enough for us. I don't know what the hell's taking so long. It's a need to know, and I don't need to know. I mean, I want to know that, but I don't need to know that. So I'm not told what's taking so long, but believe me, a lot of times when you guys put pressure on me, they start getting phone calls. Hurry the fuck up and get those guys off of her. This is enough. Hurry the fuck up and get them off of her. This is ridiculous. This is enough. Hurry the hell up. So I don't know what's taking so long for you to go to jail so we don't have to be bothered by you anymore, Charles. But you are never invited to Oklahoma. Okay? What's in my business, where I work, where I interact with, who I make money, not your concern. It's none of your business, Connie. You guys are burning your own bridges. Let me put it that way.
Live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I leave.
What he says here, can you believe he said, I don't care what you want, it's about what I want. But here's the thing, Charles, now it's about what I want. We get the help with information. People are worried about me not being able to eat. Not you not being able to make your millions off of trafficking a woman. Okay? People hate your guts, and you need to get that. And that guy said that. You don't like her finding out before? No. Okay, dum-dum. She said people don't like the crime. They're offended and upset by the crime. Crime tends to upset people and offend them. Stupid. I can't believe I'm having to have this conversation with you. It'll happen again tomorrow. Because Mr. Perry needs to get a grip on reality and understand people don't like his crime. Okay? It's been this way 10 years for a reason. It'll be that way until he goes to jail. Or gets a grip on reality. It's a repeat. You guys do Groundhog Day every day. So, there's something about a stalker that they're thinking about. It's all about me, what I want. Everybody else is thinking about what the victims need and what we want. We get the help with information. You get told on. Everybody wants you to stop. That's why we get the help with the information. You get told on. All right? We can't help you think right. We can't help you, you can't fix stupid and you can't reason with crazy. And you're living, breathing proof of that. So is Neil here.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore.
Stepdad's been raping you.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Stepdad's been raping you.
Leave me alone!